Hello everyone and welcome to another vlog. Ta-da! This week I'm going to talk about... Oh, I went high there. This week I want to talk about YouTube Red, which has sparked, quite a lot of talk around the area. Oh god, I hate that. It sparked a lot of controversy. No, basically a lot of people talking about it because it's a big deal. It is a very big deal. Obviously YouTube are going to start charging $9.99 a month. It's only happening in the US at the moment, so no need for us Europeans to worry about a thing just yet. But there's nothing to worry about, actually. Basically, what it is that YouTube are going to charge $9.99, $10 a month for a YouTube free experience, including some exclusive content created by the very wonderful YouTube creators that we have today, and maybe more. Now, the way that it works is that basically they're changing it. They're changing the system from ad revenue into direct subscription revenue, which I think is great because the ad revenue system basically wasn't working. It wasn't. It's rubbish, actually, in my opinion, because you're basically trying to pay people off the number of clicks people put through to some stuff that they fucking hate, and I don't understand why that would ever be a good idea. I don't understand why that model was ever there, and I don't understand why that whole system even took place. I mean, I had people trying to tell me, oh yeah, I know exactly how much money people can make from a click. It's like 0.0007 pence per click, and I was like, no, it's not though. It's not. That's not. There is no hard, black and white, solid number you get per click because it's all based around how long they spend on your video, how many subscribers you have, how many viewers you get on that video. There's so many things that that's why you can't nail it down, and that's why people don't really talk about it, because it's not a number. There is no figure. There is an average, but there's no actual figure. It doesn't work like that at all. But it's still fucked up, and I still find it weird because it's like you're basically trying to pay people through clicks that never happen because people fucking hate adverts. I hate adverts. I hate them so much. Like, on social media, I don't understand how we've reached this point where, certainly on YouTube, where advertising has to be in your face. I really don't get that. I guess it's so that they could fund themselves, because obviously they'll get paid a hell of a lot of money to from advertisers to have their products put on this place. I mean, YouTube probably more now, but last time I checked, YouTube got 1 billion in unique visits a month, I think it is. Something stupid like that. Like, it's insane, absolutely insane. So if you figure you've got a product and you want to market it, fucking hell, let's go where 1 billion people are. Of course, why not? It makes sense. The problem is they've done it in such a way that it's just intrusive and obtrusive and annoying and obnoxious, and I can't stand them. I hate the ads. I really, really, really do. What the one thing that I hate about the ads is that some of them you can't even skip. Like, some of them you actually have to sit through 2 minutes, which actually stops me watching the video altogether, because I'm like, I am not about to sit here. I'd rather go to some counterfeit account where I don't have to sit through this. I'd rather watch a 240p version of this video, so I don't have to sit through 2 minutes of adverts, because it just winds me up. If I can skip it, fine, but if I can't skip it, we're going to have a problem. The thing, again, that annoys me is that on a platform that thrives on creativity and innovation and newness, it represents the new generation in so many ways, and it's wonderful for that, and in that regard, it really is to me. I don't care what anyone says about what they think of YouTubers. I think it genuinely is fantastic what's been built out of this. And the opportunities it's given, let's be honest, otherwise regular ass fucking people. Let's be honest. And yeah, so YouTube is this platform creativity and so on, and yet they hadn't figured out, advertisers, marketers hadn't figured out yet. And I was telling my last employee this. I was saying to them, if we're going to make ads for YouTube, which we did want to do, we have to make an ad that basically is 5 seconds long. That's it. A 5-second ad. That's all the time we have. We cannot make an ad for 2 minutes. If we do, the whole purpose of the ad has to be done in 5 seconds. Because if we haven't grabbed the viewer in 5 seconds, as unlikely as it is anyway, because they might not be there to see the ad. Of course they're not there to see the ad. There's no chance in hell they're there to see the ad. If at least we could grab a person in 5 seconds, then we can do better than a lot of the other advertisers out there. I'm sick and tired of seeing the Strongbow advert. I'm so sick and tired of seeing it. It drives me fucking mental. I'm also sick and tired of seeing that Thai dude like, hey, this is my Lamborghini fuck you, mate. I don't care. I really don't. I couldn't care less about your fake rented ass car and your rented ass books and your rented ass mansion. I don't care. Never cared. Still don't care. Fuck off. Like, no one cares about you. And it's true. I don't give a shit. Like, and I guess I'm only angry because he's making me give a shit. I don't want to give a shit, I think, is more important, because I've said I don't care so many times now that I've reached a stage where clearly I do care. It's just, he's made me care because it's like, go away. I didn't want to care about you, but because you're so much in my space now, I have to care about you. You've forced your way into my caring spectrum, and I fucking hate you for that. So yeah, just 5 seconds. If you can make an ad, like, I would click an ad that grabs me in 5 seconds, because I want to know what company has actually done that. Like, what companies actually realised that in 5 seconds, you know, you need to do that. I love the ads that are like, I know you're just going to skip this ad. Well then, what's the point in even making the fucking ad? Like, why did you do it then? If you knew that we were going to skip, why did you put the effort in? Why did you pay someone to put your ad up here if you knew it was just going to be skipped in the first place? You would have done just as well if you just had a celebrity stand there and say sweet fuck all for 5 seconds just so I could click skip. Why do you do that? Why? What? There's no point in that, you fucking idiot. The other thing I hate about them is that none of them are targeted, and again, this to me is marketing 101. Like, I've done a little bit of studying marketing. I actually really do want to go into it. I've studied a little bit so far, and of course, there's this whole science behind positioning of your product, of your advert. You know, is it good to have it on a bus stop? Is it good to have it on TV? Is it good to have it on radio? Is it good to have it on the internet? Where on the internet? You know, what store would it look good next to? Where would you advertise it? Who's likely to buy your product, and where are they? What are they doing? If someone on YouTube is likely to buy your product, right, they're not just going to be watching. You have to blanket put your advert everywhere. I have been advertised Strongbow so fucking often because I watch gaming videos. I don't even drink cider. I didn't know cider was such a big drink for gamers. Did you know this? I didn't know this. It would make sense if someone was trying to sell me Monster or fucking Mountain Dew, Doritos, fucking all of these little, like, unhealthy snacks. I would get that. Snickers, fucking microwave pizza. I would understand all of that. That would make sense to me. I still wouldn't like it, but it would make sense. Strongbow? Are you kidding me? What? I'm not seeing Strongbow involved in any gaming videos ever. I don't get that at all. Why? Cars, like fucking 4x4 vehicles. I don't understand that either, because it's like none of my videos even remotely link to the idea that I live a life where I could buy a new car, want a 4x4. None of it. Like, none of that says that. So why the fuck are you playing me this ad? I don't get it. The targeted advertising, and this would have made sense. This would have made perfect sense for YouTube if they wanted to continue this ad revenue stuff. If I'm watching a shitload of music videos, give me an ad for a new band. Like, because I know that new bands have advertised on YouTube before. Give me an ad for a new band. Play me a new song that a new band had made. Done. If I'm watching movie trailers, a whole bunch of movie trailers, or I'm looking through them, you know, just having a look. Play me a movie trailer ad, a recent one. That'd be a good idea. Even better, if I'm watching a load of horror movies, play me a horror movie advert. Fuck me, what a good idea. Shit. If I'm watching gaming videos, play me a gaming trailer, which they've done it at some time. But because of the sporadic nature of the ads, I don't think that's on purpose. I actually feel like that was by mistake, by accident. Like, oh, look, we did it. Look, we did one targeted. Well done, lads. The algorithm makes sense. It works. Don't worry about it. Like, oh, God. Oh, I wish... I wish it made sense, at least, because it wouldn't be so infuriating if it fucking made sense. It really would. I've gone way off the beaten track of what I'm going to talk about. But my God, I needed to get that off my chest. Fucking hell, wow, that really annoys me. It really does. But no, anyway, so yes, YouTube Red, the ad-free experience, that's great, and I'm really happy for that. I'm also happy that there's a position, not for me, because I'm in this position, like, I've got, what, 40 subscribers? Meh. I've got 40 subscribers, and it doesn't make a difference. I'm making nothing right now, nothing, and that's clear, it's obvious. There's no money whatsoever, and I'm okay with that. But it's nice to know that there will be an opportunity where a viewer who has, who's a fan of a show. So I'll be honest, like, for example, Game Grumps, I'd watch. That's probably the gaming channel I watch the most, if I'm being honest. And that's kind of probably the only channel I watch. That's probably it. But no, Ninja Sex Party, for example, which I know is just, you know, a branch of Gamers, if you like. And other channels like that. Like, I would be happy to pay what would technically be, they'll probably keep it at £10, but it would technically be maybe $7.99 for us in the UK, maybe. For an ad-free experience, when I know that $7.99 is most likely going to go to the people I'm watching, because I want to fund them, I want to support them, I want to know that I'm supporting them directly, because I'm like, I like what you do, and I respect what you do, and I admire what you do. It's nice that I can go, here, have some of the stuff that I have, because this is how, it's not just my time, it's my money as well. Take it, take my money, because I love what you do. Just take it, take it, take it. You know, and that's a wonderful sentiment that they've put in. There is an issue where the money, obviously per month, it goes to YouTube. It doesn't go directly to the person you watch, which I guess has its issues. But it means that, you know, if you're trying to start out on YouTube, again, it's even harder to make it on YouTube. But I have questions with that phrase, make it on YouTube anyway. I do have some doubts about that term. But, you know, it's still a nice sentiment. Now, the problem again I have with this, the part that made me angry with this announcement of YouTube Red, was when people started going, what about ad block? And the more I saw it, the angrier I got. It was like going through the men's rights activist thread. It was just, oh my god, the deeper in you go, you just feel like you're in a pit of despair and pain and anguish, and it's just disgraceful. And I just got more angry. I understand why people use adblock, and I'll be honest, like, I know that it might not be a direct reference, but to me it was very much the same as back when pirating stuff was like the thing you did, back when we had dial-up and what was it? Well, I can't remember the name of the software, but you know, you had to download a song and it was all torrents and da-da-da, and it was new. It was quite new at the time. And I guess a lot of people didn't really think about it. I didn't really think about what exactly I was doing. I was very young and I didn't realise how disrespectful it was for me to do what I was doing. And honestly, I will admit, it was disrespectful. Of course it's fucking disrespectful. I don't care that these people already make a lot of money, but it doesn't take away the fact that I'm pretty much stealing from them. That doesn't make a difference. Stealing is stealing. It doesn't matter whether you're stealing from a billionaire or a homeless guy. Stealing is stealing. So I still feel guilty about that whole thing. Thankfully, it's weird. It's kind of a bittersweet thing, because that entire library of music I downloaded back then got wiped when my computer crashed, and I lost all of it gone, and I was really upset. But over time I'm like, actually I'm glad I got rid of all of it, because around that time, what was it, CDs were like £18, and this could be for 10 songs, 12 songs, 13 songs, but it was £18 for a CD, and that again at the time was a lot, because I just started working, and I had other things that I wanted to buy, like condoms and beer. Not music CDs, no, you cannot have sex with those. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. But, you know, like, that was it. So, obviously, that was it. And then there was the mini-disc era that kicked in for a very short while. And that that made use of all the MP3s you downloaded. And made great use of them as well. Because you could put, like, 200 songs on one mini-disc. Just before MP3 came in, like, 2 years later. And just took the whole scene and just was like, nah, this is it now. This is how we're going to listen to music. Sorry. And I don't know when. I can't remember when. I think it was actually... I was still downloading music, but not quite at the same rate. I did feel like I should start buying it, because my sister did a lot of the buying of CDs, and she loved having the booklets, and she loved having the case, and I was like, yeah, it's nice having the physical copy of these things. The quality's obviously on point, and you can always guarantee the quality's on point, whereas when you download it, I remembered you could spend like half an hour to 45 minutes downloading one song, only to find that it was either a virus, or it wasn't the song you wanted, because people obviously realised that people were downloading it, so they put their own illegitimate songs under the guise of some popular artist, and then you find that you're actually listening to someone else's music, which is interesting, because that's actually how I found one of the bands that I now really like listening to, which is very true story. What are they called? Cave In, CAVE space IN. I found their music via that very channel, and I was downloading another song, and I ended up getting their music instead, and I really liked it. But I didn't realise until much later that it wasn't even the band I was looking for. Something completely different. So I was like, oh, who are these guys then? And I started listening. Anyway, the CDs were basically more reliable, and I realized that actually, yeah, paying for them would be better. It got later on where I discovered this whole other area of pirating games as well, which I was like, what, really? Games? I knew that people pirated software, and I didn't get that. I did, because it was fucking expensive. Like, Adobe Photoshop is so expensive, it's ridiculous. And again, I've heard stories about they actually don't mind people hack their software and da-da-da-da-da. It's questionable. I'm sure, maybe they don't, but I'm slightly confident they probably do. Never mind. But, no, the whole reason I talk about pirating is because effectively what you're doing is you're consuming goods without any monetary transaction taking place. And that's why I see it's the same as ad block, because when ad revenue is one of the main sources of earning money, and you're basically using a piece of software that doesn't produce ads that can be clicked, or doesn't produce the ads at all, my question is, how much money are you really taking away from the creator, really? What are you actually sacrificing? If you're still consuming it, and actually you're consuming it at an advantage that you don't even have to troll through the garbage, which is great as a user, you know, as a viewer, it's fantastic. And it is quite an appealing option. But the part that I always slip up on is like, well, yeah, but surely I'm then stopping people from getting paid in some way, shape or form. And that's not what I want. If I watch Game Grumps, I don't want to watch it with the idea that, you know, I'm hearing them do this stuff. They're creating, they're entertaining, and sure, they're doing it because they enjoy it and they love it, but they're doing it for me. They're doing it for me and every other viewer they have. They're doing it because they're entertaining someone, and that's it. That's their gift to me and all the other viewers. That's their gift. That's what they're doing all the time, and I love them for that. So I wouldn't feel good about viewing that, and at the same time kind of going, yeah, but they seem to have enough money, so I won't. I don't need to. I'll just ad block. It's fine. I can watch them without the ads, and then, you know, everyone wins, right? I just wouldn't feel good about that, because I'm like, no, because that basically shows that I just don't respect them at all. I don't respect what they do. I don't respect the work they put in. I don't respect them as people, and I don't respect their aspirations and their job. I don't. It's like, you know, if you get shortchanged at the supermarket, it's the same thing. If you go to a restaurant and maybe your waiter forgot to put the drinks on the bill, which has happened, and you just pay it and walk out, it's another thing. You know, I know that those are errors. Those are different because obviously they're probably errors made by the staff, and there's a whole debate about that I'm not getting into. But ultimately, it just, to me, it demonstrates a complete element of dishonesty and disrespect. A disrespect to innovation, disrespect to creativity, and disrespect to this new industry that's very, very new, which is why I don't get surprised when people are like, oh, they just sit in front of a computer and scream at it. Like, you've no idea. I just find it, not very nice. And the number of people that were saying it as well, I did understand. It's like, yes, okay, yeah, use ad block. I get it. Don't have ads in the videos, sure. But that's why they have an ad-free service that you pay for, where it's basically guilty conscience free. Like, you do not have, it's guilt-free, not guilty conscience, guilt-free, where you do have to pay something. And it's a tenner a month. Like, you know, I'm sure in the big scheme of things, that's not going to hurt. $10 a month. If it does, I'm sorry that you're in a situation where $10 a month is a big deal to you. I am. But then this YouTube's still going to be there. It's not like you can't have YouTube if you don't pay $10 a month. And for me, I guess, all I would say is I've been in situations where I haven't been able to afford things. And so I just haven't bought it. And I haven't consumed it. Simple as that. It's kind of like, I know this is a bit of an extreme, but to me it's like, I can't afford a brand new VW Golf Sport. So do I go and steal it, or do I just admit that I just can't buy one, I don't get one, and maybe I'll never get to experience what a VW Golf Sport feels like to drive? I can pretty much get over that pretty quickly. There's a lot of things in life that I'll never be able to afford, and I've gotten over that pretty quickly. So I'm pretty sure I can get over the idea of not being able to afford to pay for these things, you know, like that. I mean, that's just me. That is just me. I know that might be seeming a little bit harsh, but again, you know, there are just things that other people have got to do that I can't afford to do. And there are things that a lot of people have been able to do. For example, a lot of people have been able to buy themselves an Xbox One, or they've been able to buy themselves a second monitor or a third monitor. They've been able to buy themselves the new graphics card, new processor. These are all things that I really, really want and I'd love to have, but I just can't afford them. And so I can't do anything about it. I just have to deal with what I've got. And again, it's a very harsh reality, but that is it. Unfortunately. So that is kind of how I feel about the whole thing about YouTube Red and about the response to it. I do think that YouTube Red is great. It is going to make it harder for me to, to maybe make money from YouTube, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I find a different way to make money. There's no, ta-da! There it is. That's not that hard. I'm just going to think about a different way to make money. So, so it's not a big deal to me. I think it's a great idea, and I actually I am behind it. I just kind of ask that. Either just, use ad block, but at least understand what you're doing. Don't be in denial of what you're doing when you use ad block. Certainly don't be in denial about that, because that makes it even worse. It's like, it's awful. It's an awful thing to do, to be in denial about, when you're not actually doing something that's quite so honest. At least that, you can kind of say, yeah, it's a shitty thing to do, but I do it. And I probably would actually respect that as well. I'd be like, okay, fair enough. At least you know. And then you could just go, yeah, I do it. That's my decision, and that's how I don't really mind ripping people off. I do it. I will actually respect that. But if someone comes to me and like, oh yeah, but the money they make and and all this and that, I'll be like, nah, stop. Stop trying to defend and justify your decision. Just accept that it's wrong, and we can all move on. That'd be fine. Yeah. So that's how I feel about it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have. Just letting it off my chest. If you have any comments or anything to say about this, which I hope you do, and obviously leave a comment in the box below. Apart from that, have a wonderful day, and if you want to see more, you know what to do. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.